Hello, welcome to Tech Transform. In this video, I am going to cover functions in Scala. This is the continuation of Scala Basics Part 1, Part 2, and this is the Part 3. In the Part 2, in the last part of the Part 2 video, I have discussed about the expressions. We are going to utilize that concept here also. So let's get started and understand what is function in Scala and how to declare that. I have prepared a document for that also for basics function, what we are going to cover today. So I am in my terminal right now. Let's go inside Scala prompt. For that, Scala, enter. Okay. The syntax of Scala defining function in Scala is like this. So Scala is a functional programming language, as you know. So we can pass functions to different functions, also written functions. So every functions we can treat as an object, and we can pass it anywhere as like a parameter, like we used to pass variables. So that's why Scala is functional programming language. To define a function in Scala, the syntax is let's say I want to declare a function called a square, and I want to give, and the output will be, if I pass x, then it will be giving the x square, the square of that particular number. The syntax is def, then the function name, let's say square it, I am giving a name, then the parameter you are going to pass, and the data type of that particular parameter. So here def space square it means name of the function, then inside the parenthesis, inside the brackets, the parameters. Here I'm going to give only one parameter, and the parameters data type is int, then colon, then this data type is for the return type of the function, then equal to your expression start. Okay. Then here let's say I want to give a name like I want to declare like x star x. Okay, just a square, and I'm going to close the parenthesis here. So what we have done here, def, then method function name, the parameter x, the data type of that parameter, colon, the return type of the function is equal to, it's going to take expression. So you can see here the Scala is basically a functional programming language. It's taking this expression, and here you don't have to return anything in order to return this function. Basically how the expression works, in my last video I have told you, these expressions will calculate the statements, and the last statement would be the output of this expression. So this is going, this particular x star x, the statement inside this the statement inside this uh, block is going to assign as a return type of this function. Enter. Okay, we have a function called square it. Let's call this function and try to get the result in, where result is equal to square it. I am passing a value called 2. What happens? Not found. Okay, sorry, VAL, it's not AVL, typo is there. Yeah, we got this, we got the result as a variable. Let's say I want to declare one more function, cube it, def cube it. Here I'm going to declare everything in one line, x colon int, sorry, I capital, then colon, then int, then is equal to, then the expression start, your body of the function start, then x star x star x. Okay, so this is how we defined a function in one line. The def cube it x, the parameter is we are going to pass this method as an integer, the return type is also integer, and what it is trying to do, it's try to calculate the cube. Enter. Now call this method cube it. Okay, I want to find the cube of 3. cube it, this I is small I. Let's declare this in a correct method name because I will be using this. Let's follow the same naming convention. Okay, we got this cube it. Now let's go to document. So we see how we are assigning function. The format is, we already know, def function name, parameter name, data type of that parameter, colon return type is equal to expression. So that's why because in Scala the expression is evaluated and the last statement inside that expression will be the return type of that particular expression. That's why here you are not seeing any return type as we do in other programming language. We see these functions, and also functions can take other functions as parameter. The syntax is, let's say we want to define a new function, and this function is going to take a one parameter as a value as a one parameter and another function as a parameter. So the syntax is, let's say this is normal variable as a parameter, and if let's say we define a function f already, and what is the data type it's going to take as a parameter, this function itself is going to take this int, and the return type of this function is int. So this is how we can pass function as a parameter. The syntax is the function name colon the parameter for this f function you want to specify the type, then it tends to means return type will be int. So this syntax is to provide the function as a parameter, and this is the normal parameter. We are passing two parameter. One parameter is a variable normal value, and another parameter function f is a function as a parameter to this function transform it, and the return type of this transform function itself is integer, is equal to our expression start means body of this function starts, the function what you're passing, and the variable the input x what you want to pass, and how to transform it. Okay, let's say I want to write this method. Let's go into paste mode, def transform it. Okay, here I'm going to pass one parameter as a value integer, then another as a function colon int. It's going to return me as a int, then the whole function's return type is int is equal to our expression, and what would be inside this expression, f. This f is going to take this x as a parameter, the first value, enter, that's it, control T. We have a function called transform it. Now we can utilize this function like this. Let's say transform it. Okay, I am passing one value as a 2, and here the second parameter is a function itself. So remember we created a function called square it. I am passing this as a parameter here. So what it will do, this function transform it is going to take these two variables, one value as a 2 and the second value is a function. This function is basically, and what it is going to do, it's going to execute this function fx. So this x square it is going to execute means square of 2. So we are going to get 4. Square it not found. What happened? 1 second, let us check. Square it. Okay, I have given the wrong name. This just call it as a square. Okay, so see we got this. Let's say I want to again do this like this. We got. See, it's pretty cool. We are getting the we're passing function as a parameter, so that function square it is responsible for doing all the things, and this function is just calling this function and getting this work done. Let's say if we can utilize for qubit also, transform it 4 comma qubit. What happened? Okay, transform it. We got 4 as a cube of 4. So this is how we can pass function as a parameter. Also we can use lambda functions and animus functions. What we are doing here, we are creating a function separately, and we are passing this function as a parameter here. Let's say we have a very quick requirement. Inline we have to calculate all the things. Inline I have to calculate qubit. For that we have a in other programming language also lambda expressions, animus functions. In this we called it as a lambda functions also, animus functions also, but more popular is functional literals. So lambda expression and animus functions is called functional literals in Scala. So let's try to write how we are going to write functional literals in Scala. For that, let's say transform it. Okay, so this is again the same function. This first parameter we have to give. Let's say 2, then comma. Then the another parameter is the function itself. For that, x star x. Let's say I want to calculate cube. So see, this inline we are not giving passing a function name. Inline we are creating function. What it is doing, this lambda expression, it will take input and it will transform like this. So it will take x as an input, means 2 as an input, whatever we want to pass, whatever we want to pass, then it will give you cube. Okay, this become 8. Now let's see another example. Transform it 10 comma x tends to x by 2. I'm trying to divide by 2. Okay, we got this. See, 10, then it is going to pass this as expression, x as a parameter, x by 2, this is return type transform it. And also we can do inline expressions also. Transform it. Here let's say I want to pass 3 comma, and here I want to pass as expression. That function is also nothing but expressions. So here we can, let's say, val sorry, it will go like this, val, because it needs to take the parameter, and x tends to 2, x tends to, then our expressions here. So what we want to do here, let's say I'm taking one more variable, val y is equal to x star 2, then semicolon y star y. So see what we are doing here. This is also lambda expression. Inside this, what we are doing, we are trying to evaluate one expressions. This expression having this expression is containing more than one statement. First statement is val y is equal to x2. So give me parameter x. What it will do, it is going to square of that particular thing, multiply by 2, then assign to this variable y, then evaluate this statement. Y star y means nothing but the y, whatever y we are getting, we are trying to square it, and see, this is the expression. What it will do, last statement inside this expression will be the output of this expression. So y star y will be the output of this function. So let's enter. We got this 36. So 3 into 2 6, then 6 into 6, 6 of a square is become 36. So that's all the different way we can utilize lambda expressions, anonymous functions, functional literals in Scala. So we have seen functions in details, how we can pass parameter, how we can pass functions as a parameter, how we can write lambda expression, Animus functions, function littles in a Scala in a different way. So that's all for this video. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Bye.